In a post on X, Musk wrote, "For those unaware, SpaceX has already shifted focus to building a self-grown city on the moon." For over 20 years, Elon Musk has told us the same story. Humanity's future is on Mars. SpaceX was literally built for that mission. Every rocket, every test flight, every explosion and landing, all of it was supposed to lead to one place, the Red Planet. And then suddenly he basically said, "We are going to the moon first." This is one of the biggest pivots in the modern space exploration. And when you dig into why he's doing this, it's not just about space, it's about money, AI, geopolitics, and a potential 1.5 trillion IPO. Hi guys, I'm Amrit, and in this video, let us break it all down. To understand how wild this announcement is, let me give you a little context. Musk hasn't been just interested in Mars, he's been obsessed with it. Mars has been a mission since SpaceX was founded in 2002. In 2016, he said SpaceX would land on Mars by 2018. Then that became 2022 and then 2024. Every time the deadline passed, a new one appeared. But here's the part that makes this pivot truly shocking. In January 2025, barely a year ago, Musk posted, "The moon is a distraction, we are going straight to the Mars." He called moon a distraction and he criticized NASA's moon program as extremely inefficient, a jobs maximizing program, not a results maximizing program. Fast forward 15 months and now the moon isn't a distraction anymore, it is the overriding priority. So basically what changed? Let us look at the Musk's reasoning. Mars launches are possible only every 26 months, whereas moon launches can happen every 10 days. We can iterate much faster and learn much faster. His public reasoning is logistics. Mars has an incredible narrow launch window. The planets only align every 26 months, and the trip takes 6 months each way. The moon, you can launch every 10 days with a 2-day trip. That means faster iteration, faster problem solving, and faster progress. And on paper, that actually makes more sense. And to be real, there's a lot more going on beneath the surface. Let us look at the real reasons behind the pivot. Reason number 1, the xAI acquisition. Less than a week before this moon announcement, Musk completed the largest merger in the history. SpaceX acquired xAI, his artificial intelligence company, in a deal valuing SpaceX at $1 trillion and xAI at $250 billion. Musk described the combined entity as most ambitious, vertically integrated innovation engine on Earth and off Earth. And the main reason for the merger? Building orbital data centers. Think about that for a second. Musk wants to put AI data centers in space powered by solar energy and connected through Starlink's 9,000 plus satellite network. And the moon base would be the perfect testing ground and manufacturing hub for that kind of infrastructure. The moon isn't just a space destination anymore, it is becoming a business strategy. Reason number 2, geopolitics. The US is in a genuine space race with China, and the moon is the battlefield. China has been making aggressive moves, successful lunar sample returns, plan for a crewed moon landing, and ambition for a permanent lunar base. No human has walked on moon since Apollo 17 in 1972. That is over 50 years now. And there's a very real scenario where China gets back there before America does. This matters politically too. Trump's former Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, who briefly served as a NASA administrator, actually threatened to sideline SpaceX from Artemis lunar landing contract. His exact words were, "They pushed their timelines out and we are in a race against China. So I'm going to open up the contract and let other space companies compete." That's a direct threat to billions in contracts. Pivoting hard towards the moon sends a clear signal. SpaceX is serious about lunar delivery. And finally, the third reason, money. SpaceX is preparing for what could be the largest IPO in the human history. The company is targeting a mid-June 2026 listing, reportedly timed to coincide with a rare Jupiter-Venus conjunction and Musk's 55th birthday. At $1.5 trillion valuation, this would dwarf Saudi Aramco's 2019 debut as the biggest IPO ever. And Musk's 43% ownership stake would convert into over $625 billion in liquid wealth. Now here's the thing about public market investors. They want realistic, achievable milestones. We are going to build a city on Mars in 20 years is inspiring but vague. We are going to establish a moon presence in under 10 years. That's a sellable narrative right before an IPO. This pivot isn't just about space, it is about making SpaceX look like a company that delivers right when it matters the most. Now let us talk about where SpaceX actually makes its money. Because Musk dropped an interesting stat here. He said NASA will account for less than 5% of SpaceX revenue this year. Think about that. The company that is literally building NASA's moon lander under roughly $4 billion Artemis contract, and NASA is less than 5% of their business. The vast majority of SpaceX revenue comes from Starlink, their satellite internet constellation. In 2025, SpaceX pulled an estimated $15 to $60 billion in revenue with roughly $8 billion in profit. That is a tech company level profit margin from what most people think of as a rocket company. SpaceX launched more rockets last year than the rest of the world combined. They are not just a space company anymore, they are an infrastructure company, an internet company, and now with XAI, they are an AI company too. The IPO isn't about selling rockets to investors, it is about selling the whole ecosystem. So that is the full story, guys. Elon has gone from the moon is a distraction to we are building a self-growing city there in about 13 months. The reasons are part logistics, part geopolitics, part business strategy, and part, well, it is Elon Musk. What do you think? Is this a genuine pivot or an IPO theater? Drop your take in the comments, and I'm genuinely curious where people land on this. If you learned something from this video, hit the subscribe button because I break down stories like this every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.